about it. Tony Harrison, Charlo 2 fight. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. This was a fight of bad blood. It was emotions high on both fighters. Tony being the more skilled boxer, Charlo the big puncher. One will fold, the other one will rise. Who was going to win this contest? From the offset of the start of this fight, it was clear Tony Harrison was fighting a fight that he was going to try to stop Charlo. They changed their strategy from the first fight to be more aggressive earlier in this fight, which I think was a very bad idea. Don't forget to hit the like button, people, if you just got here. Let's get into it right now. Hit the like button. Tony Harrison came out, used his jab. He was very effective with the jab all night. First round, a little too aggressive. They went to a high guard and decided to walk Charlo down all night, make him fight off the back foot, which was shockingly effective. Charlo looked like he always looked, terrible. The only chance he had of winning the fight was by knockout, and he got the knockout. When they made this fight because they know Tony Harrison is chinny. They said, well, he's a chinny guy, so this will look good for Charlo if he gets a knockout. That's what it was about. That's why they made the first fight. But what happened? He didn't get a knockdown the first fight. It didn't happen. Tony boxed him, turned him all night. Charlo looked sloppy, looked like an amateur, couldn't do anything. What happened in tonight? Tony was a little too aggressive because he felt, I got to try to put on a show and stop this guy. And I know how he fights. I could beat this guy up close. But I felt he should have boxed early, then walked him down in the later rounds past 5. Make Charlo wing those big punches, get some steam out that locomotive, then start breaking him. But he fought to try to stop him, and it made for a very action-packed fight. Because both guys was going for the fences. Now, Tony was winning the first round. He got clipped in the first round by Charlo. He felt that power. And then, he kind of was wobbled a little bit, but wasn't enough to give Charlo the round. Tony clearly won that round. Second round, Tony was winning the round, going to the body, digging, putting in the body work early. Then stayed there too long and got clipped with a left hook, went down, got up, got out of the round because it was like about 10 seconds for the bell. Third round on through 11 was a boxing exhibition that you wouldn't have dreamed to see. Every Charlo fan was like, oh my God, what is he doing? From round 3 all the way into round 11, Tony Harrison was on cruise control. The fight was in his favor. He was dominating the fight. Looking good doing it. He's jokingly smiling. He was having fun in there. Because he had the fight in his control. Then he get clipped by a wild swinging Charlo. Because he's relaxed. Too relaxed in the ring. Knowing that this man only has desperation. That's the only shot he got. It's the swing for the fences. So what happens after that? Something miraculously happens. Tony gets knocked down. He gets back up and starts fighting again. Gets dropped again in the 11th round. The fight was basically over. The ref gave him another chance because he was the champion. Didn't want to stop the fight like that, but Tony didn't throw any punches. He was blocking, but he just didn't throw any punches. But the fight from that point was over. Without scoring the last round, two of the three judges had Tony Harrison losing the fight. Anyway, one guy had Charlo up by 3 rounds. Everybody need to get up and leave America if Charlo was winning this fight. He needed a knockdown.
It was 94-95 and then 96-93 twice. So that's where the judges had it.
Tony wasn't winning on none of the cards.
94-95 and then 96-93.
He was winning 94-95, 96-93 on 2 other cards. Are you kidding me? Harrison was cleaning him up. They were getting ready to screw Tony Harrison. So I'm glad the fight ended this way. Because I would have probably broke my television had they gave that fight to Charlo and that fight continued the way it's been going since round 3. I couldn't take it no more. And I would never support another PBC fight. They already done screwed up with me with those decisions they've been having. Yeah, they was making sure he getting his belt back. That wasn't a bad stoppage. He gave Tony enough chance. He could have stopped that as soon as he hit the ground. The second time, he could have waved that off. But Jack gave him a chance. He gave him a chance. Tony didn't throw no punches back. That was a wrap, man. Tony can be upset about it, but believe me, he would have rather lost this way than to lose the way they were getting ready to do him. They were getting ready to do him in. And that would have broke his heart and spirit a lot more than this. Tony could win. He was winning the fight. Charlo the best at 154. Are you on crack? Who was he fought at 154? He avoided everybody. He hadn't fought Jarrett Hurd. He hadn't fought J-Rock. So now maybe he won't be scared and he can fight J-Rock now. Anybody who's their size in that division can beat them. As you saw tonight, they can't box. How hard is it to beat somebody who can't box? So Harrison was getting ready to get jobbed all over again. He was boxing beautifully. Do Nick know what boxing is, Mr. Collis. We talking about boxing. He was being outboxed from the third round on. Harrison was winning to everybody in the world except for the 3 judges. Of course he outboxed him. It was easy work. He was making it look so easy because it was. He just broke concentration and got caught. But I would rather him lose like this than me having to break my own television because they done ripped off Tony. If you think Tony was just landing a couple of jabs, you must haven't been watching the fight. Charlo wasn't landing anything. He was just hitting arms and gloves. He was looking like an amateur. We just said that. I can't believe Tony lost. I can believe he lost that way because that was the only way Charlo could ever beat him. Charlo cannot outbox this man at all. There's no way, shape, or form he can outbox Tony. As you can see, the difference of skill level is adamant. Charlo just got lucky and got what he was. That's why they picked him in the first place. This dude talking about hating. How's it hating? I mean, everybody knows Tony Harrison has lost 2 fights prior to this, and they've been by knockout. And he was winning on all the cards in his 2 losses that he had. That's why they even took the Harrison fight the first time, because they felt Charlo can get an impressive knockout on Tony Harrison, and it didn't happen. So they made the rematch, hoping for this very moment. Harrison fought the fight differently. He put the high guard in and started walking Charlo back because Charlo can't fight going backwards. But Harrison was going to the body. He made some mistakes early and got clipped with a left hook because he stayed there too long. He should have tried to wait and try to get some steam out of Charlo. Charlo was fighting like a man who was possessed. He was swinging like an angry kid. So you got to let him burn himself out, beware the shots, and just box him. It was beautiful. But I would, like I said, we heard the scorecards. They had Charlo winning the whole fight by 3 rounds. How? How? What round could you give Charlo in this fight besides the round with the knockdown from round 2? He was swept from round 3 on. I think I probably gave him round 8. 3 and 8 is the only rounds I have given Charlo besides this round 11. So 3 and 8. This was more lopsided than the first fight. I know everybody in the world had Tony Harrison winning the fight except for the 3 judges in the house. PBC got to tell me something. You know, and this is why I don't trust PBC with nothing. A trilogy? No. I would trust a top ranked judge before I trust these judges. From what I've been seeing, as of late, I've got to judge how has it been going. PBC been giving me bubblegum fights, and they ain't giving me nothing. What you been getting from PBC? Bubblegum. And then when the fight's supposed to go down that's good, they screw the other guy. You got bubblegum champions, pacified baby champions. That's what you got at PBC, pacified baby champions. You got Charlo brother number 1 who ain't fought nobody. You got Charlo brother number 2 who ain't fought nobody. They eye candy. They can't box. I'm glad it happened this way, because I would have broke my television had they read them scorecards and gave that fight to Charlo. I would have been so pissed. So it was supposed to go this way. That was the only way this fight could go. But I know how you feel. To lose to this guy can't beat him. The only way he could beat him was by knockout.
2 of the 3 judges have Charlo ahead. It was 94-95 and then 96-93 twice. So that's the way the judges had it. They had Charlo ahead, and that's before these knockdowns.
That was before the rounds. They had Charlo winning the fight. That's disgusting. That's disgusting, man. I'm sorry. You guys can't accept facts. I don't know what to tell you. These are facts. What PBC fighters are good? Please tell me. Let's run it down. What fighters PBC got that's great? Errol is decent. Is he better than Terrence Crawford? No. Who else you got? Porterhouse Steaks? The guy who can't beat nobody his size, who got beat up by Ugas? One Fight Thurman? Keith One Fight Thurman? Another bum who just lost to a 40-year-old Pacquiao? Huh? That guy? Then he breaks something in every fight? He fight once a year? Keith One Fight Thurman. Wilder can't box, but he can knock people out. That power is real with him. Danny, I give respect to, but Danny can't beat none of these welterweights that's 10 times the size. Tank is good. But is he better than Lomachenko? Why he ain't fought? Why Tank ain't fighting nobody? You see what I'm saying? They giving you fluff. Who he finna fight? Gamboa. They acting like, and they trying to sell it like Gamboa fought Terrence Crawford 2 years ago. He fought Terrence Crawford like 15 years ago. That fight, you know how many fights that dude has had? That dude, they just dug him up off the couch. That dude probably 200 pounds. They finna try to sweat Gamboa and like Gamboa's still something. That's Tank mandatory. Mandatory? Who made that a mandatory? What did Gamboa, have anybody seen Gamboa? I'm like, Gamboa? Who did he beat? Who in the world did Gamboa beat to be a mandatory? He ain't let the city down. He just got caught. My thing is, if he'd have made it to the cards, they robbed him anyway. That's the thing that's making it worse. They robbed him anyway. They was finna rob the kid. The scorecards, they all had Charlo winning. 2 judges had it by 3 rounds. This is before the knockdowns. Now trust me, I don't like that bum. And if he fight J-Rock, I will be betting on J-Rock. But if you ain't a PBC fighter, this is what you get. Tony Harrison need a twin. He need to go clone him and make him a twin so they can sell him and sell the fact that they twins. Okay, he won this one. They 1-1. Okay, now let's have a triple. Let's have it back. The rubber match. They 1-1. I bet you he don't take that fight again because he's a chump. Harrison gave him a rematch. Let's see if he gives Harrison a rematch. And say, all right, let's break the tie. I told you he fighting Danny Garcia in April. It's already done. He's fighting Danny Garcia in April. Danny's fighting in January, and he's gonna fight Errol in April. See, I already told you that. So don't even play. He's fighting Mania. They must have changed the rules. Because from what has been told to me, he's fighting Danny Garcia, and I got that from a source about 3 weeks ago. I told you. Danny Garcia is fighting in January. He's keeping that date that he was supposed to fight Errol. Danny gonna fight a bum, and then they're gonna let Danny fight Errol Spence in April. See, they got a bunch of bums that they done pumped up full of hot air over there in PBC. They don't have none of they fighters will get cleaned up. They go and fight anybody anywhere else. Put them against a top ranked fighter, they gonna get mollywopped. Cause they ain't fighting nobody. That's why they be getting held, and Tevin Farmer should have been fought Tank. But you know why PBC won't do that? Because they scared to put Tevin Farmer in there with Tank. Because Tevin Farmer will box the mess out of Tank. And they know that. And they was like, man, we ain't putting Tank in there with no Tevin Farmer. Let's go get this Lomachenko money. How they got the top welterweights when Terrence Crawford is the top welterweight? It's Terrence Crawford and no one else. Errol didn't want the smoke even before the accident. He definitely don't want that smoke now. I did not say he would KO Tevin. When did I ever say Tank would KO Tevin? Never said that ever. I give him a better chance at knocking out Lomachenko than Tevin Farmer. But anyhow, I'm going to go ahead, shut it down. Don't forget, man, hit the Cash App up. Support your boys page. All y'all new people, subscribe to the page. Hit the subscribe button. The rest of y'all, support the page. Hit the Cash App up. If you want me to go live again, you got to hit the Cash App up. The name Carcino on the Streamlab to see who's been donating. And I'm going to stop walking in circles now. I'm out.